Hi JCS. This is the January 11th version of the Parents Press. It's our first for the 2013 calendar year. Welcome to a new year. I'm here in one of our classrooms at the high school. This is Mrs. Knowlton's classroom. Mrs. Knowlton is, besides being an English teacher, is also our Quiz Buster and Quiz Bowl coach. In case you haven't heard, our Quiz Bowl team over the last 4 years has been very successful. I have behind me here just a sampling of a couple of the trophies that they've won over the last few years. In fact, we have a whole trophy case full of these. We've also got in that trophy case some other academic trophies that we've won as well over the years. Stop by any time over to the high school and check out the trophy case, and you can see all these and our other academic trophies. In our last Parents Press, I promised that we would be looking at the parent and student survey results from last October. If you recall, in December, I covered the things both students and parents said that they liked about our school. Our family atmosphere and environment that cares about you and your children was one of the biggest things that you had mentioned. In this edition of the Parents Press, I want to talk about one of the dislikes that came through on the open comment section of the survey. Let's talk about tuition and fees for a moment. That was one of the major dislikes that came through on the survey's comments. Let me first start by saying that I understand the pain and joy of tuition and fees. Yes, even joy. First, about the pain. We had our 4 children at Jackson Christian School from about 1995 to 2010 when our youngest daughter graduated. Over that time, I estimated that we spent tens of thousands of dollars on tuition alone, not even counting the fees. Christian education is costly. It is painful financially. It cost our family a tremendous amount of money each month and each year for over 15 years. But now for the joy side of it. It was worth it. We gave our children a foundation that they could not get anywhere else. Each day we dropped them off, and it was primarily my wife dropping them off. Each day that we dropped them off at school, we knew that our church, our home, and this school were working together to help raise our children in a biblical worldview, a Christ-centered education. We simply would not have traded that for anything else. There were months when, quite frankly, we were not sure how we were going to make the tuition payment. But you know what? Time and time again, God provided for us. Rational minds can't explain how we sent our children through JCS. But God always, and I mean always, provided. And we rejoiced each month we made that payment. All that to say this: I am very understanding and sensitive to the cost of Christian education that we pass on to you in the form of tuition and fees. With that as a starting point then, let's review a few basics. First of all, our administrative team and school board remain committed to keeping our tuition at an affordable price. In fact, that's built right into our board policies. As the superintendent, I am mandated by our school board to maintain a program that is affordable. Second, we participate in very few federal and state programs that would otherwise provide funding for us. For example, our budget this year assumed only about $10,000 of reimbursement from federal title dollars. And even that is only for reimbursement for professional development dollars for our teachers if we use it that way. Rest assured, we are not shackled to or anchored by state and federal mandates that may cause us to sacrifice our purpose. We are very careful about the monies that we receive from the outside. Third, I think it is important to note that there are many facets to running our school, faculty and staff being one of those major components. You've heard me say it before, but I'm going to repeat it again. Our faculty and staff are missionaries in their own right. They work for less pay than they could otherwise receive at other local businesses and schools. Our faculty, for instance, have had their wages frozen in the last few years and only recently received about a 1.5% raise. The same is true of our staff as well, the cleaning crews, our office staff, and whatnot. Some of our more experienced teachers are making less than 50% of what they could be making otherwise if they would just pick up and relocate their address where they go to work. I'm so thankful for each and every one of our faculty and staff, who they have a heart that's committed to raising the next generation of Christian leaders, even at the cost of their own salaries and wages. Well, another facet to running a school is healthcare. It's the benefit side. As you know, healthcare has been going through a number of changes in the past few years. Unfortunately, those changes have not resulted in better insurance coverage for our employees or lower costs for our school. We've been receiving quotes from our providers, healthcare providers, over the last couple of years at 24%, 26% increases. Those are not increases that we can absorb. Consequently, we negotiate with our providers and end up modifying our coverage each year to bring our healthcare costs back in line with our budget. As a result, we've been able to keep our healthcare costs within reasonable bounds while providing adequate, though not great, health care benefits for our employees. There are other facets of running a school, though, as well, including curriculum improvements, technology, building maintenance, etc. And these costs rarely decrease over time. And you may not realize this, but our tuition does not cover all of our costs. We count on donations to make up the gap between our tuition and our actual costs. When we come up short on donations, or we see delinquencies in tuition on the increase, or we have some unexpected expenses, frankly, we come up short on cash as well. So each year, when we analyze our expenses, we weigh them against the affordable tuition mandate that's been put on me as a superintendent from our school board. Honestly, it sometimes feels like an impossible puzzle to solve. My heart is to make this school's programs available to anyone and everyone who wants to be here who is mission appropriate. Be encouraged just like I am. God is for us. He has not abandoned us. Okay, as I close, I just wanted to remind you of our second semester tuition incentive program. It's a promotion that's going on right now. We're attempting to pull ahead many of the inquiries for next year's enrollment into this year. And we're also sending out promotional postcards, advertising on the radio, and sending letters to our local churches, hoping to find mission-appropriate families for our second semester. We're even advertising on Facebook. But our best promotion of this school, it's you. If you know of anyone who you think would be a good fit for our school, have them call us about the second semester tuition and promotion. If someone that you recommend enrolls in our school, you're eligible for a one-time tuition reward. It's our way of saying thank you for helping us to find mission-appropriate families. So again, if you know of someone who may be interested in our school, have them call our business office. All right, that's it for now. And remember, in spite of the circumstances in our lives, God is still on His throne. He always has been, and He always will be. God bless you.